Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, and I'm going to read you a book, Rabbit and the Motorbike. It was written by Kate Hoefler, and the art is by Sarah Jacoby. And if you look very closely, my puppy read it too, and also thought it was delicious. That's how good this book is. Rabbit lived in a quiet field of wheat. He never left, not even once. And even though there was a road, and even though he dreamed, he did every night. There's Rabbit, dreaming about leaving. And there it is at night. He's still dreaming about leaving. But Dog would visit. Dog was too old and sick to leave the field now, but he had spent most of his life going all over the country on his motorbike. Here's Dog and his motorbike. And he loved telling Rabbit about the places that he felt most alive, where he howled at the moon. Here he is, going all over the country on his motorbike. Dog made Rabbit feel that wherever Dog went, Rabbit had been right with him. Rabbit loved Dog. There he is, dreaming of being on the back of Dog's bike. "The world is beautiful," Dog would say, "if you're brave enough to see it. Even new places can make you feel like long-lost friends." Every day was filled with a good story by Dog. There's Rabbit listening to a good story. And there's Dog telling him about all the places that he has visited. Every day, until the day it was filled with a bad story, and Rabbit's field was quiet again. The days were wheat. Except one day when he heard a not quiet sound. He found Dog's bike. Rabbit didn't know why Dog would leave his motorbike to him, since he didn't go anywhere. He hoped the bike would like not going anywhere. He found the bike under a blanket. One day, Rabbit collected carrots. The motorbike collected leaves, but not for long. The wind always carried the leaves to faraway places. See the carrot? See the leaves? When birds made nests in its spokes, there were songbirds, but it was a life quieter than a bird's. And the birds always left. One night, when Rabbit was in the mood for a story, he brought the motorbike in. But it didn't tell Rabbit any stories. And Rabbit had none to tell it. They just kind of stared at each other. So they just listened to the distant sounds of the highway. They stood at the window and listened to the sounds of the highway. When summer came, everything was growing and blooming. Even the road blossomed out. Rabbit and the motorbike stayed planted on the porch. They never went anywhere. There they are on the porch. Because I'm scared, he told the motorbike one night, as if it had asked a question. When Rabbit slept, he heard the long howl of the engine in his dreams. It was a beautiful howl. The sound of the engine of the motorbike. Okay, he said softly to the bike one afternoon. Just down the road. That's it. But roads are long. Rabbit forgot that. And there they are, staring at the long road ahead of them. Quite long. Rabbit got on the bike and was heading down the long road. Long roads took him to where the giant redwoods were. Where Rabbit was, the wind that carried the trees and the leaves. There he is on his motorbike, and you see the leaves blowing in the wind. The redwoods are very tall trees. And by the sea, where the bird songs would whirl, where all the birds wanted to fly, like Rabbit on the bike. See all the whirls? Those are all the birds up and down and all around. And through the Mojave Desert, where Rabbit howled at the moon, where he felt wild and wondrous. Look at that. He's riding through the desert. I've never done that, have you? Have you ever rode through the desert? And he was full of stories. Wherever they went, Rabbit and the motorbike, they heard the distant sound of the highway that others heard. And Rabbit felt Dog right there with him. The heart can sing like that. See? He felt the presence of Dog right with him when he was riding on the bike through the desert. Certain roads take all summer to get back to the field of wheat. Rabbit noticed that, especially on a motorbike. I think he's coming home. But the road eventually did. And when it did, the days were wheat again. But they were also motorbike and wings and stories. Stories that kept old friends and new right there with him. Oh, now Rabbit had stories to tell. Boy, I wish I could hear one of those stories. And that is the end of Rabbit and the motorbike. I hope you enjoyed yourself, because I loved telling you this story.